Hey, hello everybody, it's Dr. Steve coming at you from the gym on the Star Trek Stairmaster. My secret love affair with long cardio. I love it. Why? Keeps my brain making new brain cells. The book Spark, can't remember the author's name, amazing book, all the research about how exercise increases your brain-derived neurotropic factors. You're making new brain cells. He's been putting this exercise system into schools, most notably in Naperville, in Illinois, suburb of Chicago. And he has found that kids are doing awesome. Why? They get up there, first thing in the morning, what do? They exercise. So they make the new buds, make the new brain cells. And he says, okay, teachers, I've made the buds. Now, you turn them into memories. Pretty powerful stuff. All right, mindset. That's one of the pieces, right? Actually, that's more of the movement piece. We'll do the 3 pillars. Whole Wellness Institute, 3 pillars, mindset, movement, and nutrition, right? Okay. Please excuse the sweat. I'm also trying to keep the light from hitting you. I'm trying not to get into my shruggy crossed posture. But anyway, so the get off the nail. Been listening to Sean Croxton's new podcast. He used to host Underground Wellness and interview a lot of folks there about health and wellness and nutrition and all that kind of good stuff. Now he switched over into personal development podcast, which I love. And one of his recent interviewees, I can't remember her name, but she was one of the people in The Secret, right? Remember that blockbuster film about the law of attraction? Anyway, she was talking about, I better slow down again. Losing my ability to talk. I'm just notch this down just one notch. Interesting, I got excited there and my pulse started going. All right, I'm going to take it down a notch. Now, she told a story about something she watched on television one time that changed her life forever, and it's going to change yours too, hopefully. She said she walked by this, or the guy was telling the story about this person walking by this couple on the porch with the dog sitting next to him. One of them was reading the paper, man was reading the paper, wife was sipping on some lemonade, and the dog next to him was on the ground going, ooh, moaning. She said, that's weird. Next day, same thing. Walks by, woman sipping her lemonade, husband reading the paper, dog going, ooh, moaning. She said, if I come back here tomorrow and I see that dog moaning, I'm going to ask him what's going on. Sure enough, reading the paper, sipping on some lemonade. She said, I can't stand it. So she walked up the stairs and she said, why is that dog moaning like this? And she said, oh, honey, he's lying on a nail. And she said, well, if he's lying on a nail, why didn't he get off of it? She said, well, it hurts him just enough to moan about it, but not enough to do something about it. And I said, isn't that where a lot of us live, right? We moan about stuff, but we don't take action on it. Nothing happens until something moves. What are you moaning about? What are you complaining about? What do you keep saying? Oh, I really need to do this, or I really need to do that. And it's causing you health problems. It's making you sick. It's making you tired. Making you hurt. Really need to do something about this. Action is the antidote to despair. Love that quote from Joan Baez. So, there's your mindset for the day. Take some action. Take one step. One step. That's all. Put yourself in motion. Okay? All right. The movement piece I've already been talking about, but movement, aerobic exercise, gets your brain thinking and moving. I use this. I've been doing this, oh my goodness, 20 years. I bring a notebook with me. People think I'm crazy. This is where all my ideas come. I got volumes of notebooks. Whatever, boom, pops into my head, write it down. One thing, just random thoughts, separate it on the right page. The right page turns into actions. This is actions I need to do. This is content I need to put out. Volumes. And it all comes from exercise. If you need to make that next creative leap, tired after lunch, a little bit of brain fog, bring a jump rope. Do 10 flights of stairs up and down. Something. Get your body moving. Your brain will turn on. Deal? Okay. Now, don't hurt yourself. Make sure you can move effectively and efficiently. Right? How do we do that? We don't move like this. We move with our nice low rib cage. See what happened right there? Live life with your rib cage in its lowest possible spot, and you will feel more relaxed, peaceful, and alive. Break out of stress physiology and into peace physiology. I just had this conversation. This breaks into the nutritional component. When you're in stress physiology, because this gentleman I was treating yesterday at the office said, my doctors don't believe me, but when I was like 21 or 22, I had a bad whiplash, and within that next year, I put on like 30 pounds. At the same time, he was going to a sedentary job. He had just got a job as an engineer, so he started sitting more, but still, he said like unbelievable amounts of weight put on. And I said, well, that doesn't make, he had pain, constant stress. He didn't feel like exercising because he was kind of depressed because he had pain, chronic pain, right? That's a stress. When your body is under stress, what does it use for fuel? Does it burn fat, preferentially, or burn the jet fuel, sugar? It burns sugar. So when you are under stress, you are going to burn sugar. What's that going to leave you craving? You've depleted your coffers. Give me more, right? So when you're relaxed, all your joints are in their nice, happy place, the nervous system is calm and quiet and balanced, and the buzz has stopped, the body says, oh, wow, now I think I'll go over here and access some of this fat, which gives me 9 kilocalories per gram of energy versus this paltry 4 kilocalories of energy. So you double your gas mileage when you're relaxed because you burn fat for fuel rather than sugar. Well, you always burn a mix, but you burn more fat for fuel. Right, what's your mix? And that's why I like this even burn thing I'm doing right now. Is even while I'm exercising, I'm preferentially accessing fat for fuel because I'm respecting, I wasn't earlier, I wasn't able to talk. That means I was going over my threshold into sugar burning. 180 minus age is about the formula. I always credit Phil Maffetone for that. And also nasal threshold I found interesting. Usually correlates pretty well. If you can breathe easily through your nose and you don't have to breathe through your mouth, then you're right around the maximum fat burning and you're not over into your anaerobic. There is a time. Yes, you can burn more fat quicker by doing intervals and strong, go as hard as you can, rest, fully recover. Hard as you can, rest, those are intervals, right? Those you will burn more fat faster because you are creating an anaerobic debt. I won't get into that, but high intensity interval training will burn fat faster. Hey, most people are worn down. Adrenals are worn down. Their stress handling is worn down. They need long, relaxed walks in the woods versus coming in and going through an intense barbell workout or something like that, okay? So if you find that you're kind of hypocortisol or you're adrenally depleted, like flatlining, right? Everything hurts. You can't muster up enough energy to do anything. You start with walks so you don't burn yourself out. That's a big stress on the system to do that adrenal. And if you do high intensity stuff, make sure you fully recover before you do it again. That way you can actually train recovery. So, you get up to, for instance, I'm about 135 right now with my heart rate. If I take it up to 170, 175 on an interval, I'm going to bring it back down to 135 before I think about doing the next interval. So you can train recovery. As long as you're in doing a safe movement that is good with your biomechanics, you can do that. But if not, then you're going to end up hurting yourself and adrenally taxing yourself even more. All right. Well, you see what happens you get moving, things just start coming out, right? So I hope you got some benefit from this. Hey, and I want to welcome all the new students who came into the Core Wellness Institute this last week or so. Awesome. It is back open, reversecpsnow.com. The course is open. You can get, and I created an independent study option and a coaching option so there's something for everybody, even a VIP option if you really need some intense help, hand-holding, transformation stuff needs to happen. I'll be there with you for a full 90 days, and that's by application only. But anyway, you can see all that. reversecpsnow.com, and if you haven't gotten all my free stuff, head over to the blog and get to yourcore.com, and I'll see you next time. Maybe from the gym. I like this. This was fun. Maybe I'll look for some place that doesn't have this backlight, and I have to maybe I don't know. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Like it down below. I think I got a Facebook like on this page somewhere. Spread it out. If it helped you, spread the love. Okay? Leave me a comment if you have a question or a comment. Bye-bye.